Hello and welcome to Blue Suede News. We'll be reviewing the good, the bad and the utterly stupid of the last 7 days. Let me waste no more time and bring our guests onto the show. We have Katie Brown.
Hi.
We have John Morris.
Hello.
And we have Lord Sparkles, also known as Al Grant. So let's ask Katie to introduce herself first.
I'm Katie, and I do comedy. Normally it says Katie does comedy there, but for some reason I've taken the does comedy bit off. I'm obviously outreach or something. I'm available for funny things if anybody's got any funny things going on. Out it really.
That's very good. Lord
Thanks.
Sparkles, can you introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Lord Sparkles, and I will be doing all your sparkly needs, whether it's from simple things like this. Oh, look at the sparkles. Yes, I do balloons, I do jokes, I do songs. Enjoy yourself.
And can we ask John Morris to introduce himself?
Hi, I'm John Morris, and I do not do balloons or songs. I'm an improviser and a comedian from Nottingham, and I host Lark Lord at Taskmaster Base Show.
I can see we've got viewers joining us already. If you'd like to say hello, I will come to the comments shortly. I'd like to say greetings to all our viewers and a special hello to the viewers who have already supported this show. You know who you are. If you have not, we have a link for Buy Me a Coffee, which I will display later on in the show. If you have not purchased a coffee for the show or become a member, subscribed or liked on YouTube, or liked and followed on Facebook, then maybe we'll earn this over the course of the show. So please look out for opportunities. We'll be displaying the links later on. Just before I start, I just want to have a discussion with Katie.
Oh.
Because on a couple of shows this week, you seem to intimate that you're always on Blue Suede News.
Okay.
And you seem to say it should be called Rogers and Katie's Blue Suede News.
I never said that it should be Rogers and Katie's. I just said it's basically our show, Roger.
I'm pretty sure I heard you say it should be Katie's Blue Suede News.
Don't you stir it. No, it's Rogers, baby.
Shall we just...
You just raised it and did all the work.
Shall we just play a game of the statistics swing-ometer? Okay, as you'll see, the swingometer goes from 100% down to 0%. So, Katie, do you think you've been on 100% of the shows?
No.
No. Okay. Is it higher or lower than 50%?
I would say it's lower than 50%. And I would also just like to point out that I didn't start the It's Katie thing. Everyone else did. I just went along with it and joined in on the mocking of Katie because she's never got anything else to do. So she's always available for Rogers Blue Suede News. That is my defence, Your Honour.
Okay, I'm sure the comments are on your side, Katie.
Okay, that's fine. So you're going lower than 50%.
It must
Do you want
be
to have
lower
a
than
guess?
50%.
Do you want to have a guess at the percentage, including this show?
Is it about 30?
You'd be surprised, actually.
It's only 10. Wow. That is quite a lot.
That is quite a lot. You have been on the show more than any other guest. So, all right, that rounds up our little game of the statistics swingometer. Hope you enjoyed that.
That was not traumatizing at all.
The comments are literally on your side, Katie.
Let's go and chat. Well, let's go and view some of the comments we have received already. So we have a comment from Denzel. Hi, Denzel.
Hi, Denzel.
Hi, Denzel.
Oh, Denzel's jumping on. It's the Katie Brown Suede News.
That doesn't sound right.
In fact, it does feel weird if it gets to Friday and I'm not doing this.
And Alex Leam says, is Roger or Katie's show again? Nice of you to join us, Alex.
Right,
And
you all need to stop now because they're going to stop asking me to come on, and I really have nothing else to do on a Friday night. This is all I live for. Don't take it away from me.
Every week I want to say the percentage a bit higher.
Anyway, if you're watching the show, by all means comment, and we'll come on to your comments. We have a round later on called The Good, the Bad and the Utterly Stupid. If you want to suggest a story for our panellists to discuss, we will discuss it during that section of the show. And just say hello if you just want to say hello. But most of all, thanks for joining us. And for those watching on catch up, please come and join us on a Friday night. It's lots of fun when you can interact with us. Let's move on.
What time's it on, Roger?
It's 9 p.m. every Friday. Let's move on to our first round.
Well, that's another fine mess you got me into.
Now,
That's
that
beautiful.
may have come as a surprise to our guests because that's a different first round to normal.
That is.
Katie, you've got a strange look on your face.
That's
Would you like to see the titles again?
Go on.
Well, that's another fine mess you got me into.
Is that Katie?
Oh dear.
Right. So, what this is instead of the normal What's the Story Morning Glory part of the show where I pick a Blue Suede news story of the week, this week's a bit odd because I didn't think there was one overriding story. Now, the kind of stories that have been coming up has been about people getting fined for COVID breaches. So I thought I'd run through a few of those. And that's why it's called, and that's another fine mess you got me into. So let's look at some of these stories. So let's go to the first one. Naked man found in a car in Derbyshire car park. Now, let me just read this to you. I'm going to read it word for word off the BBC News story because whoever wrote this, I'm sure was a comedian. Police have fined a man for breaching COVID regulations after he was found sitting naked in his car without a reasonable excuse. The man, who was parked in a car park in Derbyshire, claimed he had taken several wrong turns after making a journey to buy a pack of wet wipes.
I mean, I'm trying to think if there's at any point in time there's a reasonable reason for you to be naked in your car.
Well, when you need wet wipes, obviously, John.
Like,
I've got more.
Why does he look a bit like Alex Queen?
Police said he did not have any mental health problems.
Didn't have a mask, did he?
And they also gave him a community protection notice warning insisting he wears clothes in public places. Well, he wasn't in a public place, he was in a car.
You know, that I once got a letter through my door saying, if you're not going to put up curtains, can you at least invest in a dressing gown? And this feels a bit like that.
Should have responded back.
Did you
No,
make
you
a
normally have to
dressing
pay
gown
for that
out of
sort of show.
curtains?
But yeah, wet wipes.
They're brilliant, aren't they?
Yeah, I've never needed to get naked to obtain them, though.
Perhaps he needed to be naked because he needed them.
I mean, maybe he was just so embarrassed because he just had a bit of an explosion and needed the wet wipes and didn't want to tell the police that.
Okay. All right. I've got three of these stories. So let's move on to the next one. At the end of it, I'll let you all decide which is your favourite another fine mess you got me into story.
Brilliant.
This one.
This one is a COVID speeding driver got stopped during a 200-mile round trip to buy food. Police stopped a silver Lexus travelling at 100 miles an hour on the M62 in West Yorkshire. The driver and passenger said they were travelling back to Staffordshire after visiting Bradford. As well as breaching COVID legislation, the pair were detained on suspicion of immigration offences. The driver also had no licence or insurance and therefore the car was seized.
But were they naked?
No.
I have to say, I lived very close to Bradford for a long time, and there is
I'm
no
so
food
sorry.
there that's worth a 200-mile round trip to get.
Did you say they were going from Stafford?
Yeah,
They're travelling to Stafford from Bradford.
Oh, that makes a bit more
Oh,
sense.
they left Bradford to get food and go back. Yeah, I get that now.
Were they trying to immigrate from Bradford?
No,
Is that what
no,
the
they
issue
went
was?
from Staffordshire to Bradford to get
Yeah.
food.
Oh,
And that,
they did go that way.
doesn't make sense because Bradford food is not.
They
From
do
my
do pestle
Maybe they
pies in
didn't
Bradford.
understand English and they saw Bradford written as Rad Food.
I think John stumbled onto the truth.
That's what it was.
Would you like to see the next story?
Yeah.
Police have admitted they were startled to find 2 sheep at an illegal drinking party in Lancashire overnight. Officers said they discovered a full bar setup at a drinking den in Backup, but the most bizarre find was the presence of 2 surprise sheep. 10 people were fined after the gathering.
Of course, the sheets were surprised. They were told they were going to get onto an ark.
I'm very disappointed that you missed the opportunity to say bar instead of bar. You let yourself down there, Roger.
Yeah.
You
Well,
let yourself
80s
down.
Blue Suede news.
Well, the 10 people were fleeced by the police.
Oh, there we go. Did you just rim shot yourself?
Yes, I did
does
just
it all the
screenshot myself.
time.
And you watch this show.
It's his thing.
So, we've got another viewer. Ishi says hi.
Hi, Ishi.
Hi,
Ishi.
And apparently she recognises that guy. I think she's referring to the naked man because it's the same naked man as I used in the Ishi story last week.
Sorry. What?
That was in Loughborough, though.
And she's saying, is everyone just getting naked at the moment?
I mean, I've not been paid enough for this to get naked yet, but
Yeah. She thinks the police should have fined him for not wearing a mask. So, and she thinks they went to get their mum's homemade food from Bradford.
that's better than
Bradford
buying food.
Definitely. Anyway, they're the 3 stories. Which is your favourite, Katie?
Oh, the first one, without doubt, because just, amazing. And you let yourself down without barring at the bar.
John, would you like to nominate one of those 3 stories?
Yeah, my favourite is, of course, the Naked Derby Man.
Very good.
Did he just get locked in the secure car park?
Denzel says, "You's kidding me."
Well, that's not what Denzel said.
So, he's saying, Katie, are you allowing Roger's rim shot in your show?
I'll let it go. I'll let it slide.
And Lord Sparkles, which is your favourite story?
I'm very sorry, but I think it's a little sheepish.
Oh.
It's got to be the sheep, hasn't it? A sheep in a bar?
Such a
Sheep in a
contrarian.
bar? Obviously, obviously wanted some sheep dip or something. I don't know.
Anyway,
You said I get
that's
called on a
round-
night out.
That's round 1 over. Shall we move on to round 2?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Faking it.
In this round, I will present each of the panelists with a story. And all they've got to tell me is whether they believe it is factual, a fact, or a fake news story. That's all you need to do. Is it fact or fake news? Now, who shall I go to first? I'm gonna go to Mr. Sparkles first. Okay. So shall we see who we've got or what we've got for Mr. Sparkles? Are you ready?
Yes.
Oh,
Pigs
God.
can play video games.
Well, you put an 18 plus on that image.
Scientists have found, after putting 4 fun-loving swine to the test, 4 pigs, Hamlet, Omelette, Ebony and Ivory, were trained to use an arcade-style joystick to steer an on-screen cursor into the walls.
Hamlet.
Would you like anything else?
Yes, I would like some more information, please.
I have to delete these photos off my phone.
The pigs even continued playing when the food reward dispenser broke, apparently for the social contact.
You see, I was almost convinced this was true. So, I know scientists do love doing that type of thing. And obviously, I know you want to swindle me, but I'm going to go for true. Definitely true.
You're going for true, are you? Let's see whether you're right.
Fact. I can't believe it.
Lockdown gets to us all.
One of the few news stories that I actually did see. I don't know how I knew that, but yeah, I did know that. Also, when Roger's with names that are that amazing, like Hamlet and Omelette, there's no way that he's made that up.
Ebony and Ivory as well. Mm.
But they seem like Ebony and Ivory seems like a weird name for a pig.
That perhaps they love Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder.
Well, who doesn't?
Let's go.
Apparently, John. Say again.
Before my time.
So, all right, let's go to Katie for the next story.
Oh. It's the same one, that's true.
Oh, that's nice.
Aerospace giant Lockheed Martin has selected the rocket it will use to kickstart space launches from the Isle of Unst in Shetland. The vehicle will be provided by ABL Space Systems of El Segundo, California.
Fact, you said names of places you weren't quite sure how to say.
You don't want any more information?
I mean, you can give me more information. I was struggling to stay awake, but go ahead. Lockheed is looking to stimulate the launch business in the UK to take advantage of a rapidly expanding market for small satellites. Yeah, Elon Musk can't have it all to himself, can he? Yeah, I reckon that's fact.
So you're saying fact?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bad week for me this week.
Fake news
You've got
next.
to stop putting names into things, Roger. You give yourself away.
Okay.
Or at least learn how to say them before.
This next one is for John. Iran is running 2 surveillance operations in cyberspace targeting more than 1,000 dissidents, according to a leading cybersecurity company. It is said the 2 groups involved were using new techniques to install spyware on targets' PCs and mobile devices using websites and apps.
Well, this sounds true, but I mean, do you have any more information on this?
It's been used to steal call recordings and media files.
Which journalist broke this story?
I've got no idea.
We've got Moton restaurants, so they're trying to get you to order Indian food. I'm going to go fake news because the other 2 stories, you had no idea how to sell it. So I think you did a pretty good job at this. So I think it's fake.
Okay, so you think
I think you've read these words
fake?
too many times. It definitely sounds true, but I'm going to go for fake.
You're going for fake. Let's find out.
What? I thought it was a joke because he said spy where, and you can see the T-shirt there.
All three stories this week were factual. It seemed a very good week for silly stories because I could have put about 6 different stories in here. And these were the 3 I chose. So I didn't make any up this week because this week was daft enough already.
Yeah.
So in terms of the pigs playing computer games, Denzel thought we were telling porkies.
Well done, Denzel.
So right. So let's move to the next round. And we all know what the next round is, don't we?
I predict a riot.
Rat of the week.
In this round, each of my guests have nominated a Prat of the Week. So I'm going to give them 45 seconds to justify their nomination. Once they have justified their nominations, I will adjudicate as to who the Blue Suede News Prat of the Week is. Are you ready to have the first Prat of the Week revealed?
Mm-hmm.
It is Weetabix, right? Which was nominated by Katie Brown.
She's an angry-looking woman.
I don't want to eat her
I've got a feeling she's
friend.
going to be angry about beans on Weetabix. But Katie, your 45 seconds starts now.
Thanks. So yeah, Weetabix said put baked beans on us because it's not wrong. And then the best bit about it is everyone else got back and said, no, you're fucking wrong. Stop it. And if Sky and I don't know, the police, everyone else taking time out of their day to say Weetabix, you're fucking bad, out of order, don't do it. To be fair, I sent this over before this became such a big thing, and then all of a sudden everybody knew about it, so I thought, brilliant, this is awesome, let's do this. But it's actually brought me quite a lot of joy, so I don't want it to be Prat of the Week because it's amazing. This is what happens on the internet when Donald Trump's not allowed to play anymore. Weetabix put beans on themselves.
I don't support cancel culture, but I wish for this.
Right, that's time up. So that's beans on Weetabix. What a wonderful combination. I wouldn't want to be near someone the following day. So a bit too much fibre there.
That is a lot. I mean, wow. Just how... Because we
And protein. Don't forget protein.
I would have thought it'd make more sense to dip the Weetabix in.
I would have thought it made more sense to have 2 separate plates, one with some bread maybe and the beans, and then the other one with perhaps a bowl maybe, just go with me on this, with some milk. Two dishes.
Or the bowl, Weetabix, milk, and then you lather the beans on top. You mix it all together into a nice mush.
Oh.
And then stick it in a blender. Have a smoothie. No.
Anyway, shall we move on to the next Prat of the Week nomination? This is Time Magazine as nominated by Al Grant. Katie, is something wrong?
I feel a bit victimised now. But,
I don't think he likes the fact that you've taken his show over.
yeah, and yet he's giving it to me. That's wrong. The show.
So, anyway, this was nominated by Al Grant. Al, your 45 seconds starts now.
There once was a man called Jack Dorsey who steered his ship in the hypocrisy. Storming the capital with the old blowhard, Jack revealed his top trump card. Time magazine told the truth, released the story that is Trump's proof. One day when the impeachment's done, I'll go and drink my rum. Zuckerberg conspired and joined the cabal, CNN and all the rabble, limiting official news and views. AOC said they felt abused. Why would they publish this? Proving Donald's pot of piss. Democrats are wasting their time. Donald, where's your trousers?
Oh, I love how much effort.
I concede.
That was
And did Mandy just do that again for my time?
I really do not know what to say. Can I just draw our viewers' attention to the banner running across the bottom of the screen? If you're enjoying the show, why not buy us a coffee? If you buy us a coffee, any proceeds from Buy Me a Coffee will be divided equally amongst our guests. So if you buy 4 coffees, every one of us will get a coffee. You can also become a member of the Rogers Blue Suede News fan club with member benefits such as a monthly newsletter and other exciting features. Thank you very much.
We've got the lead single for the Blue Suede album.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. I have no idea what it was about, but it was just amazing.
Yeah. Just before I move on, Lord Sparkles.
Why does his not laugh?
I am just so pleased you had enough time for this justification.
Yes, I timed it to exactly 40 seconds. Thank you.
Okay, let's move on
You've
to
had
our
more
third.
This week's episode than Roger's put into it, Lord Sparkles.
I know. Katie, look at the time I spent on mocking up a Time magazine cover.
I know, you spend all your time going through my Facebook looking for photos of me and balloons. Which I have spotted, it says Katie Brown, the face of Blue Suede News, which...
So, anyway, let's move on to the third nomination. This is Gina Carano, which I don't know if I pronounced that right or not, and she has been nominated by John Morris. John Morris, you have 45 seconds starting now.
There once was a woman called Gina Carano. No, I can't. So I nominated Gina because she's had a hell of a week. Despite the fact that she's on The Mandalorian and gets to touch Baby Grogu, perhaps the Baby Yoda, Grogu, perhaps the best thing in pop culture. It turns out she's just a Nazi and a super far-right Trump-supporting witch. And life finally caught up with her and she got kicked off Twitter. Fired from The Mandalorian. How am I meant to follow Al? There's nothing I can do here. This is pointless. She's clearly the worst thing this week, but nothing has beaten Time magazine.
Well, just to follow up, as John very graciously mentioned, Gina actually had been appearing in a Disney Star Wars spin-off, and from which apparently she's been fired, although I didn't realise she was going to be in the Boba Fett stories anyway. It's a shame she's been fired, as she was due to be cast in a remake of Back to the Future. It's going to be a tale of time travel where you have to go up to 88 miles an hour in a Mandalorian.
That took you all week, didn't it, Roger?
It did. I've been waiting all day to say that one.
Look at the joy on your face. Look at that little smiley face.
I know. It's the joys when you come up with a pun like that, when you realise you can link the Mandalorian with Back to the Future.
You saw his little face just build up in excitement until he got to drop that clanger.
All the way through.
So, anyway, so I've got to choose between Gina, Time magazine, and baked beans on Weetabix. Now, This is weird because I always say I'm going to wait until I see the comments to pick, but I have to line up a slide now which says Blue Suede News Pratt of the Week is, and I've got to say the Weetabix one I probably wasn't going to go for because it's a marketing campaign, and they've probably done this together with High and say, how can we sell more baked beans and how can we sell more Weetabix? Let's do a joint Twitter feed that's bound to go viral. Okay?
Yeah.
Right. So it's actually Genius, not Pratt.
Yeah.
Okay? So therefore, I was going to come down to the Time magazine and Gina. Now, I thought Gina was likely to win this, okay, because I thought she'd been a Pratt. However, I've got to say, purely based on Al's Grant's performance, I have to nominate Pratt of the Week as Time magazine. Thank you very much, Lord Sparkles. That was brilliant. Right. And when I just want to know when you'll be releasing that sea shanty on TikTok. So
it has to obviously be branded with Blue Suede News.
So anyway,
I've
Ish says
just
she can't
derailed
wait
you.
for
Come
the
on, back on track. Back on track.
Yep. And and Ishi says, if she was a Trumpite, being fired is heavenly, surely.
Oh yeah, for the rest of us.
So anyway, so that's it. Roger, Blue Suede News Pratt of the Week is very surprisingly Time magazine. Thank you very much, Al.
Well
You
done,
are
Al.
very welcome.
Shall we move on to our next round?
The good, the bad, and the utterly stupid.
Okay, in this round, we can discuss stories as suggested by any of our viewers. We haven't had any suggested yet, so we're falling back on the stories I have already lined up myself, if I can get my script into the correct place. And the first story I've lined up, and this will give you a clue to what it is. Oh. This is the tale of Texan lawyer Rod Ponton, who appeared during a court case as a cat.
I can see that.
I'm not a cat. I'm not a cat. I'm a real person.
Would you like?
I'm not a cat.
Would you like to see a bit of the video?
Yes.
Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to take
we're
a
trying to. Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
Absolutely brilliant, and I can see John is trying to pretend to be a cat.
At the beginning,
I am not a cat.
I can see that.
I mean, this was a
Prepared
case.
to go forward, but I am not a cat.
I mean, have any of you three had a Zoom disaster where something like this has happened? Because we featured a few of them on this show. We featured someone setting fire to their desk. We featured someone who was driving a lorry during a council meeting and got.
You have no authority.
Well,
Read the standing orders. Read them and understand them.
well. Thing is, this was a case of a lawyer, right, over in America, saying he was not a cat, but over in Hamforth Parish Council, they were claiming to be things they weren't.
Please refer to me as Britney Spears from now on.
You must be joking. So, and there's been
Hey,
other
is
people
that Brittany?
There's been other people trying to get in on the act as well, because Congressman Tom Emmer has made an appearance.
Today's gig economy sprung out from the last recession. It offers a job to anyone who wants one. During COVID-19, we must make sure that our nation's sole proprietors and the smallest of small businesses receive timely.
Will the gentleman suspend? I'm sorry, Mr. Emmer?
Yes.
Are you okay?
I am.
You're upside down, Tom.
I don't know how to fix that.
Would someone assist Mr. Emmer in getting right side up?
What's that?
Yeah, Madam Chair, the cat.
Is this a metaphor?
I don't know, but it's upside down.
I don't know how to fix it.
It's a good Donna
And
Summer.
FYI,
Maybe you could stand on your head
as well.
Okay,
I wish I could fix it, Madam Chair.
At least you're not a cat.
I do like that final comment. I like the two comments. I mean, the one about where you could stand on your head.
See, this is what happens.
Was it,
when old people have to use the internet.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought it was a bizarre advert for season 4 of Stranger Things, The Upside Down.
Oh God, that doesn't work because my phone auto rotates.
So, John, what do you think of this? I mean, I mean, you must have done thousands of Zoom meetings yourself. So, have you had anything daft like that happen on any of your Zoom calls?
I'm so thankful. No. In a way, I'm annoyed because I've done so many Zoom calls, just sat in the meetings, just waiting for something to cock up because it's the only fun we can have in them. I wish councillors would start putting on cat faces.
I think so.
He always does this from his bar.
So, this is a story of the Texan lawyer who appeared as a cat in a court case. And not the only person to cock up Zoom. So, shall we move on to our next story?
Go for it.
Okay.
Can't beat this one, though.
Before I start this, guess who's back?
Oh, God.
Any ideas?
Eminem.
No.
Well,
Theresa May.
It's not Arnold Schwarzenegger either.
I think it's second. It's Nigel Farage.
Is it another photo
John's.
Is it Nigel Farage?
It's Nigel Farage. And normally, in most game shows, John would have earned a point. But you don't get any points on this show because points mean sod all.
I'm glad I get no points for Nigel Farage.
Nigel Farage has launched a new political party called Reform UK. It is actually the same legal entity as the Brexit Party, but reformed, a bit like cheap ham slices, wafer thin and watery. And yes, I went on their website earlier to grab a screenshot, and their logo does say draft.
Is that from their website? That
was from their website this morning.
Not even sprung for the
I mean, they can't even spell daft right.
Well, at least we know they're pro-national service.
You know, Nigel Farage looks just like the zombie bellman from Hotel Transylvania. And Google that. Or look at my Facebook because it's on there somewhere. But yeah, I've done a comparison between Nigel Farage and the zombie bellhop from Hotel Transylvania, and they do look alike, very alike. You keep talking, I'm going to find it.
Okay, let's go to Lord Sparkle, see if he has any views on this.
I've never seen this before. It's there's an arrow pointing to the right. So perhaps that's suggesting of something. I don't know. I'm just oblivious. And
I'll tell you what, let's go to John, because I'm sure John will have the full lowdown on what the Reform UK is about.
Oh, can I make this funny? Probably not. So the Reform UK, they are, if I'm correct, a COVID recovery style group in the style of the COVID recovery, the the CRG, whatever it is in Parliament. They stand for bloody nothing. They are a complete a party of wet wipes. That naked.
Oh, that's what that man was looking for.
That's what that man. Yeah, he's probably a candidate. This is a COVID recovery one rather than a. We don't like the Brexit. We want a harder Brexit. He's moved off that now.
So, can I just say, the naked man in the car had said he'd taken several wrong turns. If there were U-turns, you'd know it'd be Boris Johnson.
Yeah.
Who is also a wet wipe.
Yeah. So, yes, this is the story that it has been announced today, Reform UK. This party stands for an end to lockdown. It believes everyone should be back at school and the economy should run again. And everybody should ignore COVID.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah,
Why
let's
would I want to go back to school?
Like I say, they're a bit daft. Sorry, draft. So
I saw something earlier today that all of the COVID particles in the entire world could all fit in a Coke can. And I sort of just wish it stayed there.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Do you want to put her on the big screen?
I can't. But can you see that?
I'm asking
right.
Roger to put you on the big screen.
No, I can't unless I've got plenty of warning. So I'll have to have a look at that. So where do we find that, Katie?
What?
Where do we find that?
That's on my Twitter, miles back. Just put me up big. I think that's what
Katie does comedy.
Yes, but it's fine. I will retweet it now. And if you go to this old people on technology, go to Twitter and
Bebo.
On Twitter, I'm at comedy_Katie, and you'll find it there. I've just retweeted it.
So anyway, moving on. So I'd love to show it on my screen, but I just can't with that. I need to set it up to be able to show it. I could try and share videos. That works well, doesn't it, John?
Yeah. I thought you were just going to full screen Katie. That would just be the easiest solution.
That's what Al meant, was just a full screen me.
Oh, I can full screen you, yeah. So off you go.
Do it.
Come on now.
Show us.
Show us.
Get it out for us.
There we go. That is Nigel Farage.
On the right.
His cameo appearance in Hotel Transylvania.
Fantastic.
It was worth the wait. In that film.
It does, doesn't it?
Definitely got better teeth.
I've never seen. He must have. The yellowest teeth. I don't know how he's so popular in America, because they must run screaming when they see him with yellow teeth.
His teeth is the same colour of Trump's skin.
Now, I know we could probably take the piss out of Nigel Farage all night.
Yes.
And
that's
most
next
people
week.
should. Okay.
So sorry, are we offending your hero, Roger?
Pardon? No. I'm going to move on to the next story because I've still got bits to cover.
You be careful.
This is the story. This is a story of the economy shrinking by 9.9% in 2020. The slump due to coronavirus is more than twice as much as the previous largest slump. Now, what I love when you get stories like this is that people like the government will put up people like Rishi Sunak to give the positive spin on the story. Would you like to hear what Rishi had to say today?
Go for it.
It'll be good.
I think this point on our comparative economic performance is important to clear up. Now, we calculate GDP in a different way to pretty much everybody else. And if you either correct for that difference or look at it in a way that's more comparable nominal GDP, what you find, as the Bank of England, the Office for National Statistics have pointed out, what you find is that our performance then is very much in line or comparable to other countries. And in fact, maybe on the margin better than places like Canada, Germany, Italy, and Spain.
Benjamin Disraeli once said that there are three kinds of lies: lies, damned lies, and statistics. But he was wrong. There are four: lies, damned lies, statistics, and this person.
I would really love someone to translate for me what he actually said.
Basically, if you... No, please.
No, because I think you might sound like you know what you're talking about, and I was just going to talk bollocks.
Oh, then you've not met me before. All I was going to say is what he was saying was basically, if you look at what we put out and disregard all of it and pretend like it was better, then it looks better. But to be honest, was it 9.9% is going to shrink, which is almost twice as bad as what they predicted? It's probably because they just read the number upside down to begin with.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Katie, you were going to make a comment about it. I mean,
that was more or less what I was going to say. I was just going to say, imagine that you see a pen. That's a red pen. But now, if you imagine that pen was blue, that pen is now the same as a blue pen.
This is red.
So,
yes.
It does worry me that you're all getting pens out on this show, because pens have points. And points on this show means sod all.
Sod all.
We're just marking your performance.
But yeah, I mean, I don't get if we've been doing it so differently all this time, why? I don't know why we've done it differently to everyone else.
It just sounded like complete and utter bullshit to me.
That is what it is. I must say, though, I am quite looking forward to the renaissance of smaller businesses that's going to come out of this when all the big ones have gone. So you'll get, like, in one city, you'll get a different shop and you'll actually have to travel somewhere else to get something rather than everybody having the same shit everywhere they go.
I'm looking forward to Roger setting up Roger's Blue Suede Booze.
So, Ishi says she just wants to confirm that Rishi is not Ishi's bro.
But I thought everybody who had a name that rhymed with Ishi was related to you.
I was just fishy. Say, everybody who's Beatty, Matey, Ratey, they're all my bros.
Australians.
Yeah.
So, anyway, it's time to do some fortune telling.
Get Ishi back.
I nearly clicked the wrong video just then.
I predict a riot!
So this is I Predict a Riot, where I'm going to ask each of my guests to provide a prediction for the rest of this year. This can be somebody to add to the Rogers Blue Suede News Deadpool, or it can be just a simple prediction of something that's going to happen this year. I will not accept predictions that are likely, i.e., we had someone last week try and predict that Christmas Day was going to be on the 25th of December.
That's not likely. That is going to happen.
Josh.
I did not allow that. So let's go to Lord Sparkles first for a prediction.
Okay. I've got choice of two, and I'm going to be inspired by John's Pratt of the Week nomination. I believe that she will actually be rehired back onto Disney, Gina Carrera. I believe she will be picked up again before the end of this year. That's my prediction for that MMA individial.
It's not even
because I can split. Pardon?
It's not even a show she could be on this year.
Well, there's actually quite a few because you've got the Rangers of the New Republic as well.
That's next year.
Which was, well, it's still going to be filmed. And I said hired. They're going to be hired.
Fine. Can my prediction be that doesn't happen?
No. Roger said something which is unlikely to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's go to John next for his prediction.
I did not think ahead for this. I think Ishii Khan will become Prime Minister.
Oh, rather than a grandma.
Who's her grandma?
That's the fortune teller.
Nanny, whatever her name was.
Some part of Ishii's family will become the Prime Minister.
Nanny Swami, Ishii's grandma, will become the Prime Minister. Right. Very interesting. Katie, can I have a prediction, please?
I think that Boris Johnson is going to get a haircut.
Oh, that's the riskiest one yet.
Mm.
You mean a hairstyle?
I mean, either or. He's going to do something to his hair other than brush it with a balloon.
Well, Lord Sparkles, can you brush your hair with a balloon?
I sure can.
That's one of his magic comb balloons.
He doesn't look like Boris Johnson, Katie.
I've not got blonde hair.
No, my hair is probably closer than Boris's.
Yeah, you can do a very good Boris impression.
Except I've done it today rather than just...
right.
Had it been an hour ago, I'd have looked like a scarecrow, and then I could have done my Boris quite adequately.
So, all right, that's 3 predictions of 3 guests. Thank you very much.
Yes, we can.
So before I move on to the next round, so I'm just going to change the banner because I've had the one about buy me a coffee going across the screen. I don't know if people are aware, but we now have a Blue Suede News shop. And you can come onto the shop and buy all sorts of Blue Suede News bits and bobs. We have a face mask, a tote bag, stickers, a mug, some Blue Suede News socks, which I know people are very excited about, a ladies' t-shirt, a hoodie, and a men's t-shirt. And the link for all these goodies is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. So that's the Blue Suede News official merchandise shop. If you're watching this on catch up, you can of course go back to that. And also, I believe I put the links in the comments tonight. But if they don't appear in the comments, I will put them into the comments probably tomorrow morning.
And pin them.
And pin them. I'll see if I can do that. Yes. So that's the Blue Suede News
sock.
I don't know. I've not ordered a pair yet. So I assume you've got a logo on both socks.
You're supposed to have everything. You're supposed to have all in and put it out. Like, look at this. I've seen YouTubers do it. Like, buy my merch. Check out my merch.
I will be doing that because I've ordered the mug.
Why isn't there Blue Suede underwear?
Yet.
That's available from All Good Underwear Stockits.
Problem is, it's Roger's face right in the front. Go.
If it's the back of his head.
So,
with a really beard.
That's the Blue Suede News merch that's available. So, if anybody buys any of that, by all means, send us a picture of you wearing it or drinking from it or
drinking from a pair of socks.
If you buy the mask if you buy the mask and you happen to be the man who uses car parks in Derbyshire, maybe not.
He's not wearing that on his face.
Man, you don't need to see that either.
It's
To
a
be fair,
cloth
that
mask
man's
as
issue
well.
is that he hadn't purchased stuff from the store. If he had,
No.
he would have been fine.
So, Ishi is suggesting the name of Nani Swami, which I did get to eventually. Denzel's suggesting that Rishi be Ishi's chancellor. So, if Ishi became prime minister. Denzel also says money can't talk. Nice pun on Ishi's name there. So, Ishi says, why does the mask look like a disposable nappy?
It's multi-purpose for politicians.
So, anyway, believe it or not, time flies, and we're on to the last round.
Ah.
Ooh.
Put a plug in it.
I didn't recognise that voice.
George.
Should do.
So this is the final round of the show, and it's where my guests can plug whatever they want to plug during their couple of minutes I give them to plug themselves. So let's go to Katie first.
I've got nothing to plug. Look for me on at Comedy Katie or Katie's Comedy or any of those things. Or if it's probably easier to find me on YouTube under Madam Violet Baboon. Or have a look at katiescomedy.co.uk. I do need to start linking all of these shows onto there, Roger, at some point. So I keep forgetting that I've got a website that I need to keep up with. But have a look there. Content is amazing, well up to date, and or gingerwalrus.co.uk. Eventually, that will be an active website where you can buy some of the shit that I make. At the minute, it's not, but if you're watching this like in 10 years' time, I might have actually done something with it by then. So have a look. It's good. My logo, anything else, my logo is banging.
So when we're in COVID 2029, have a look at it then.
Yeah, when you're still in lockdown.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's go to John to plug himself.
That's not for this show.
What show is it for?
Sign up to my OnlyFans. I have two shows, of which one has just been name dropped because it's the best show. No, it's not. So on next Sunday, on a week on Sunday, we have the Lark Lord Series 1 finale, where the 5 winners of this series will compete to win the Lark Lord crown, and there will be a crown. But also, myself and Kitty Messalina have just set up Late Stage Comedy, a fortnightly comedy night on the 1st and 3rd Tuesday of the month, starting in March, where we shall get a range of excellent comics to try out new material, perform in front of a virtual audience, and hopefully have some fun. So please follow Late Stage Comedy on all the platforms. And if you are watching this and are a comedian, please do sign up for a slot. We'll be deciding the lineups next week.
Cool.
Okay. And over to Lord Sparkles.
Wow. Okay. So, as most of you who've seen me before, you already know I am the Sparkle Man. Oh, look. That's a proper plug, isn't it? There you go. Shove that somewhere. How are you going to get one of those? Just contact me on this particular thing. It's upside down. There we go. That's the wrong way.
Oh, now it's a cat.
That's right. It's a cat now. There you go. Inflating.
Hang on. Let's put it on the big screen so you can get that back on the screen.
The big
There you
screen
go.
for you, Al.
There we go.
In-
That's out of focus. So that's just perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Lord Sparkles. And can I thank all three of you for being guests on this show? I hope the viewers have enjoyed watching this show tonight, and we've come to the end of the show. So I'd like to thank all the viewers for watching. Don't forget to buy us a coffee. and we'll see you next week at 9 p.m. Good night.